Well, guys, once again, good evening. Welcome to our session. Today we're going to have our session number 8. ¿Qué tiene de particular nuestra sesión del día de hoy? Como 2 minuticos más para darle tiempo a los demás compañeros. Uno, pues temas como un repaso gramatical. Yo les decía ayer cuando terminábamos nuestra sesión, el primer bloque, valga la aclaración, que ese tema con el que cerramos el bloque iba a ser como el core, de alguna manera lo que vamos a estar trabajando ahorita. Y bueno, lo del proyecto, ¿listo? Que viene siendo como en la segunda parte. Se va a sentir, por decirlo así, que es un poco más liviano. Y bueno, también les envié un correo. Yo creo que eso ya se han dado cuenta que es como un correo más jugando a recordatorio, porque la información en general al final del día viene siendo la misma. Y la intención es esa, como refrescarles la memoria de todos esos aspectos, ya llegando como a esta fase final, por decirlo así. El lunes ya sería nuestra sesión número 9, que es el envío oficial de lo que se haga del proyecto, para el martes tener nuestro examen final. Y como ya les había comentado, tenemos 2 días de descanso. Quiere decir que el viernes de la próxima semana estaríamos iniciando nuestro tercer ciclo. ¿Listo? Just wanted to remind you that part. As I was telling you, I know that this is not new information for you. My idea is just like to refresh your memory. Okay. Let me give some access. Okay. So, well, let's start with our first activity of the night. Oh, well, let me take attendance. The thing is that for the moment there are 14 of you. Actually, some of you are still like absent. Well, guys, I would like to know if you have any question from the email, from the aspects that we have pending from our course. Well, maybe.
No, miss.
Okay, thank you, Catherine. Maybe another aspect, just like to let you know, let's say that the groups have been officially created in the academic system. So probably one of the first things that you will see in the academic system will be the information about the attendance. I really, really hope that during these days we can make all the other adjustments so everybody can see that part. That was probably, I dare to say, like the only real problem that we had in our previous cycle, that most of you couldn't access to the academic system. I also sent, like the day before we finished the cycle, yes, an email with your codes. Creo, me atrevo a decir que en este punto ya todos tienen su código. Si no lo tienen, yo ya les había enviado la lista en uno de los correos terminando, perdón, sí, a 2.2. Para que revisen, la idea es que ustedes puedan acceder al sistema académico y ver la información, ¿ok? Lo de menos, de alguna manera, es como enviarles la nota. Ustedes pensarán que por qué no se hace, pero la idea es mantener el protocolo, ¿no? Que ustedes vean la nota desde el sistema académico. So I really hope that up to this point, you can access to the academic system, let's say without any problem. So next week, you can see your grades, and not to wait until, you know, like I sent the information to you. Well, guys, I'm going to take attendance. The 2 minutes that I was waiting for have already passed. And then we can begin with our final session of the week. Sergio David Gómez.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Andrés Felipe Jaimes.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Jennifer Paola Martínez. I sorry, forgot that she already failed because of absences. I'm going to put the zeros already. Kiara Lisette Martínez.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Jorge Jair Moreno.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Diego Fernando Olarte.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Dana Valentina Ortiz. No, Dana is not here for the moment. Let me continue. Manuela Ortiz.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Juan Sebastián Pavón.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Beatriz Omaira Pedraza.
Present.
Okay. Hamilton Peña.
Present, teacher.
Ok. Xiomara Caterina Rincón.
Present.
Ok. Jessica Paola Ríos.
Present teacher.
Ok. Caterina Alexandra Rodríguez.
Present Miss.
Ok. María Alejandra Rosso. Or she maybe still has the same issue that yesterday's. Marlon Jessie.
Present teacher.
Ok. Mendy Fabián Santa.
Present teacher.
Ok. Karen Juliet Torres.
Present.
Ok, Karen. María Alejandra Vega. Not here for the moment. Vanessa Zambrano.
Present teacher.
Ok, Vanessa. And Natalia Navarro.
Present.
Okay, that's it. So just to confirm, the people who are absent are, let me see once again, Dana Ortiz. Valentina Ortiz is present in the chat. Okay. There you are. I will cambio inmediatamente. And I know that Maria Alejandra has a personal issue. And Maria Alejandra Rosso, by the way, because Maria Vega is also absent. Okay, guys, very good. We're almost there. Give me a moment to check some information with the coordinator and then we can continue. Okay, well, guys, let's go back to this part. I'm sharing what I want to share. Yes. Okay, so yesterday we were working, or we began to talk about one, let's say, grammatical component and was to review a little bit about past, sorry. The core of that part of the session was talking about past continuous. And we were reviewing the grammatical component, the two, let's say, most important aspects that the past continuous contains, which is the verb to be and the main verb with ing. Then we were talking about also verbs that, because of their essence, they are more like stative verbs. They are not like real actions. They never go in continuous form. And that also applies not only in past, but in present as well. And of course, today the idea is to continue with that part. But before we, let's say, go back to talk about past continuous, as you remember, we were also yesterday having a look at past simple. But we're going to review past simple in the following way. Here we have a kind of a story, okay? It's a very short one. What you have to do is very simple. It says, number the sentences 1 to 7 to put them in the correct order, in correct order. Make sure the sequence of events makes sense to tell a story. Number 1 being the first event to be told, and number 7 being the last event. Of course, you're going to notice that the whole text or all the lines are in past simple. So we're going to refresh our memory about past simple, taking like, let's say, advantage of the situation and talking about, let's say, the stories from the past. So for the moment, all that you have to do is to organize, okay? Guys, do you have any question about this instruction? No questions? Okay. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes. I think that it is a very simple story. Okay, Maria, I'm gonna make the adjustments in the chat. In case that you need more time, you will let me know. But for the moment, probably 5 minutes is going to be like a good amount of time. Remember, guys, the idea for the moment is to refresh our memory about past simple. And then we will go back once again to talk about past continuous. 5 minutes starting now. Well, guys, 5 minutes already. Did you finish or do you need more time?
Teacher,
Yes? I couldn't hear. Someone just said teacher, but I didn't hear anything else. So more time or that's okay? Well,
A minute, please.
okay, Catherine, thank you. Yeah. Let's add a couple of minutes and then we check. Okay, guys, time's up. Let's see how you organize the statements. Remember, the idea was to make a story. For the moment, what we are doing is to refresh our memory about past simple. So let's see. Andres Felipe, which is the first statement? How does the story start?
Teacher, I had a very frightening experience last Sunday.
Very good. That would be the first one. Let's see which is the second one. Let me ask. Let me see the chat. Okay. But you will be like comparing your answers with the ones that your classmates provide. So, Beatriz, please, what about number 2?
I want to go shopping downtown, so I took the numbers 52, bus.
That's the one. Very good, Beatriz. What about number 3, Diego? Sorry.
After I got on the bus, I heard some strange sounds.
Very good. What about number 4, Hamilton?
After a few minutes, the bus driver tried to stop to pick up some passengers, but the bus kept going.
Actually, there is one before that one. Let's see if Jorge agrees. Jorge?
I agree.
You agree? Let me see the chat. Hey, actually, you also, Maria agrees. Let's see the chat if we have another possibility. Mandy says the third one. Could you read it, Mandy?
Yes, teacher. Every time the bus slowed down, there was a low squealing sound and then a low clunk when the bus stopped.
Stopped. Very good. That would be actually number 4. Then in number 5, what do you have, Karen Juliet?
After a few minutes, the bus driver tried to stop to pick up some passengers, but the bus kept going.
Kept. Very good. So number 6, Kiara, what do you have?
It didn't stop until the driver went into an area on the side of the road with grass and some small trees.
Very good. So which is the last one? Just like to finish the story, Kiara.
Fortunately, nobody was hurt, but we were all very scared.
Very good. That was the organization of our story. Well, guys, I was telling you that with this activity, the idea was also to refresh our memory, talking about past simple. And probably is the first thing that we can recognize while looking at all the events that we have in here. So I'm going to ask you like some questions about the text so we can refresh our memory a little bit more. For example, one of the aspects that past simple has, you know, is the type of verbs that we use. Probably you remember that we have 2 categories. We have the regular and then we have the irregular verbs. In that sense, Maria Vega, tell me 2 irregular verbs that you see here on this story.
Went.
Okay. Well, actually, so it is easier like to have a look at them. Which one is went? I mean, in which sentence number, what is went? So we can like spot it easily.
Number 6.
Okay, that is one went, and another one that is irregular.
Where?
Was.
Well, you know, the verb to be, we can say that they are irregular, was and were. Let's see the chat. Got and took, says Jorge. Okay, very good. On that same line, I would like to ask Marlon which regular verbs, at least 2 or 3 that you see here. I will actually one, because I was having a look at the adjectives. Do you see 2 regular verbs?
Slow.
Had is not regular in the chat, Maria. Sorry, could you repeat, Marlon?
Slow it.
Slowed down. Well, it is like, in this case, talking about 2 words verb, a compound verb. Very good. That would be one. And another, Marlon? Another regular verb.
Look. No, no, creo que no.
In which one? Tell me a number so we can find it easily. Another regular. So slow, this one. We also have one.
Stop, want,
Stop.
Stopped would be another one. I was telling you that I was also having a look at the adjectives because notice that, for example, in number 7, very scared. In this case, it is an adjective, you know. We gotta be careful
Try.
with that one. Which
Driver.
one?
Try, teacher, try.
Number
Number 5. Bus driver tried.
right, very good. That's a regular one, excellent. Drive, drive is not regular.
But
teacher,
But,
phone, the
number
bus stop.
Si hablan el tiempo, no les entiendo. So in that case, raise your hands, please. So, Kiara, I guess?
Teacher, the phone, bus stop.
Stopped. Very good. That is another regular one. And there was a male voice, but of course I couldn't listen what you were saying.
Stop,
That was already said. Okay, very good. So we have the regular and the irregular verbs. And as any tense, we also know that it has auxiliaries, which are, let's say, like the representative word, you know, to recognize it. We don't have questions in this text in particular, but we have a negative statement. Which is the negative statement here that we can find in the story? I would like to ask Natalia.
Regular?
No, I'm talking about the negative statement
Ah,
that
okay,
contains the
sorry.
auxiliary.
It didn't stop.
Very good. And thank you, Natalia. And we also know that when we use the auxiliary, it's not necessary to make any transformation on the verb. Very good, guys. Those were like the key, let's say, concepts that I wanted to, let's say, refresh your memory about, talking about how we make the statements, the type of verbs, and of course, we can't forget that didn't or did, in the case of the questions, is going to be like that representative word for the moment, let's say, to let us know that we are talking about past, about. Okay, so to recap the information that we started studying yesterday and the information that we just reviewed a few seconds ago. Keep in mind that we were talking about past continuous. Let's not forget the idea of past continuous, talking about something that was in progress. We already talked about the two components that we need, talking about the verb to be, could be affirmative, but could be negative, and then the second verb with ing. So all the rules about the spelling of ing that you, I'm sure, remember from present continuous, they are like exactly the same. What we change in this case only, well, you know, is the verb to be. We already talked about past simple, like in terms of grammar. Let's not forget the general idea. We're talking about completed actions or situations. So actions in progress and completed actions. I was also telling you yesterday that the idea is to combine both of them, you know, in order to enrich the information that we share and not to have like two separated sentences. In order to combine past simple and past continuous, we were having a look at two, let's say, very important words, which are when and while, you know, and the idea of using them, once again, is not to have like a sentence period, and that's it. The idea is to combine them. So our ideas, let's say, look a little bit more fluid. Let's put it like that. One of the aspects that we also analyzed yesterday was in which moment we use when and in which moment we use while. Let's have a look at these examples in particular. It says, it was raining very hard when Rita crossed the finish line, and Sarah got a text message while she was talking with her professor. So the final conclusion from the previous class was that when always, let's say, introduces information in past simple. On the other hand, while introduces the information in past continuous. And of course, keeping in mind the general idea. Past simple is completed actions, but also talking about the main events. Past continuous, talking about actions in progress, but at the same time, they're being like the context of the story, you know, like explaining the environment of the situation. So in order to combine the two sentences, these two words are like essential, when and why. So the first thing that we need to know is to recognize in which moment we put them. And that's the idea. The information that we have is in past simple, then the word is when. If the information that we have after is continuous, is while. Okay? Well, guys, this is more like a mini review of what we discussed yesterday. Do you have any questions from this chart?
No, miss.
Okay. We're going to do like 3 different practices. Remember that then we're going to be working on our project, but first we have like this grammatical review of the topic of Unit 10. First of all, we're going to focus our attention on the first part, which is talking about when and why. Here we have 7 statements. What you have to do is to decide which of these words, well, actually there are the only 2, in which word, in which statement, sorry, you use when, and in which statement you use why. Analyze all the information. Remember, what is like being introduced after the line. We only have 2 possibilities. So this is our first exercise, deciding when we use when and when we use why. Although we have 7 statements, I'm gonna give you 6 minutes, okay? I'm sure that it is pretty simple. Make sure that you read all the information that we have in here, okay? Well, guys, first exercise, 6 minutes starting now. Well, guys, time's up. As I was telling you tonight, we're going to refresh, or, well, I wouldn't say refresh. Let's say to practice as much as possible this grammatical component that we started on Unit 10. And this is our first exercise. The idea was to use when and while, of course, depending on oh my voice, how the information was presented. I would like to know what you wrote in the first one, Sebastian, please. Sebastián Pavón. Let's see, Diego. You want to share yours?
Yes. Sorry, I didn't answer. I was driving when you called.
Very good. That was the one. Perfect, Diego. Let me ask the second one to Sergio Gomez.
When you saw her, was she wearing her soccer uniform?
Perfect. That's it. Let's move now to number 3, Valentina Ortiz.
Sorry, teacher, number 2, what the answer?
Sergio, could you repeat it?
When?
Okay.
Okay. Valentina, number 3. Valentina Ortiz. Let's see the chat. Maybe she's answering in the chat. Valentina says that is when. We're talking about number 3, Valentina, not really. Notice that in the second part, after the line, what we have is in past continuous. It says was waiting. If it is in continuous form, we have to use while. Let's see the chat. Yes, Valentina, that's the thing. Vanessa, number 4, both A and B, please.
1 hour homework for tonight. Why weren't you listening? Why the professor told us?
While? Notice that in this case, the professor told us is past simple. And because it is past simple, we have to use when.
Okay. We couldn't listen.
Yeah, but yeah, don't worry, we will clarify that part. Yeah, but that is the first part. What we need to analyze is what comes in this case for the moment, let's say after the line, you know, because the two words are the ones that make, let's say, the introduction to that new information. So when is always before a statement, sorry, in past simple, and while is before a statement in past continuous. We will continue practicing, don't worry, Vanessa. Let me ask Xiomara, number 5.
Okay. While we were traveling, we met a lot of people from Europa.
I was going to say Europa, Europe. Very good. Jessica, number 6.
While we were traveling, we meet a lot of people from Europe.
Jessica, but that was number 5, and Xiomara already read it. I was asking you number 6.
Oh, 6 is when everybody was still sleeping when I left the house.
Very good. Perfect, Jessica. That's the one. And for number 7, Andres Felipe, please. Andre Felipe. Well, Andres is, let's say, absent for the moment, maybe. So, Beatriz.
It started raining while we were playing tennis.
Very good. It started raining while we were playing tennis. Let me share with you the answer key. So as I was telling you, well, we have to recognize, or not like to recognize, the first thing that we have to do is to find the two sentences, because at the end of the day, remember that's the idea, to connect two sentences. So in some cases, they are like first continuous and then simple, or first simple and then continuous. And precisely the words when and while, what are helping us is actually, to make that connection and also to see how the events developed in that mini story that we are telling. So notice in all the examples that contain when, that actually are only, well, actually most of them, 1, 2, 4, 6, and 7, that we have when, and then the information after when is past simple, you call her, you saw her. In this case, it's a question, but anyway, it's past simple. The professor told us, I left the house. While in the cases of past continuous, we are using while. We have while and then past continuous. While I was waiting, while we were traveling, while we were playing tennis. As usual, maybe something that I repeat many times with you guys is, let's not compare it with Spanish, because in some cases, we say, no, but I can say, cuando yo estaba estudiando. That's Spanish, okay? Let's not confuse our minds, because then we would consider that the two possibilities are correct. But in English, in some cases, I'm sure you already noticed, although in general aspects it's easy, in this case, in grammar particularly, is very strict and very precise, like these are the rules to follow. In this case, when and then past simple, while and then past continuous. That's the rule and that's it. Okay, but of course, we're going to have a second practice. Let me share with you the link. This one is the one. Okay. The activity is here. Let me share the whole screen with you. Give me a second. Well, guys, this is what is going to happen. When you click on the link, there you will have, some statements that are incomplete. The idea is to choose the correct form of the statements. So once again, notice the first aspect that you have to do, let's put it like that, is to identify the when and the while. In this case, we have when in this part. That means that the information that we're going to put after when requires the verb in a simple form. That means that the first part has to be in continuous form. Okay, so that's the point, guys, to analyze the statements. In some cases, when goes at the beginning, but the idea is to make the contrast. Okay, so first spot the words when and while, and based on that, we can, let's say, decide in which part we use past simple and in which part we use past continuous. So I'm going to send you officially the link to the chat. There it is. Didn't I copy it? Okay. I sent it twice. The important thing is that it's already there. Guys, could you confirm, please, that the link is working?
Yes, miss.
Perfect. In total, there are 12 sentences. You only have to choose. In this case, I think that it is going to be faster. Remember, the first thing to do is to find when and while. And after that, for you will be easier to recognize how to conjugate the statements. I'm going to keep this slide displayed for you. So probably you need to have a look at the grammatical information. This is the part to look at it. Guys, I'm going to give you 8 minutes. After this exercise, we will start working on our project. Okay, let's start. 8 minutes starting now.
Miss,
Yes.
can you send the link again, please?
Sure. There you go.
Thank you.
Welcome. Well, guys, time's up. Let's see how many of you finish it. Only 9. Well, probably you're analyzing the statements, I guess. Well, let's see the tricky one. One of the tricky ones are asking about number 7. Well, notice that in this case, let me share. Well, some of you are already finishing. Do I share the answers? Should I share the answers? Well, let's do it. Okay. Notice that in the case of number 7, well, it was a little tricky, but notice that we are talking about 2 different people. Like in this one, I had you, and in the second part, I. So that means that both of us were doing an action like in progress at the same moment in the past. That would be it, you know? While you were playing the piano, I was writing a letter, like both of us were doing those actions in the past. That would be the idea. Let me see. Guys, I didn't share the podium.
And number 5, teacher, is not possible.
Let's check 5. For the moment, the podium, Vanessa, Kiara, and Diego. Number 5, the light went out while I was having tea. It had the possibility, well, actually the majority of you shows the correct one. What was your other possibility?
Was going out while I was having tea.
But notice that after, in this case, the light was going out. Remember the meaning of go out?
¿Saliendo?
No. Acá se fue. Cuando uno dice se va la luz. I can't hear you. Who's that voice? Beatriz?
Yes, please.
Your volume is really low. And unfortunately, I have like noisy cars around my window. But yeah, in this case, we gotta be careful with the verb. It is not like salir, as I was telling you. The meaning changes because we are talking about, well, light. So, se va la luz, se fue la luz.
Okay.
Estaba yendo la luz. Well, that's Spanish. Estaba yendo la luz. Once again, Spanish playing like a tricky part, but ¿se va o no se va? Let's see if we had any changes in the podium. Well, Vanessa, Kiara, and Diego, you are the absolute winners in this case. Very good, guys. It's important to clarify that for the moment, we are focusing our attention on past simple and past continuous. But of course, guys, you already know that we can use also when and while when we're talking about present tenses. But the essence, let's say, has to be kept. When for simple and while for continuous. For the moment, I repeat, we focused our attention to these 2 grammatical structures of the past, but we can also use them in present. And of course, we can talk about them in future. Let's put it like that. Of course, analyzing the context in general aspects. Well, guys, remember that the second part of tonight is talking about the 3rd advance of our project. I know that up to this point, you have already discussed with your classmates. You have already made some arrangements, but as the, let's say, parameter says, I'm gonna share once again the information with you. For this 3rd advance, the aspects that you have to include to enrich your presentation are special equipment, special and or important tournaments, important people, teams that excel in this sport and game. So now with this information, let's say that we officially finish creating that visual aid that we will eventually use at the end of A2.4 when is, let's say, the final moment that is going to be your presentation, but that is going to be something that we will discuss, well, actually next week. To refresh your memory, these are the groups that we had in here. I was telling yesterday, Xiomara and Vanessa, that if you wanted, you could work together, or based on the fact that you had already advanced with information of your projects and you want to work alone is just fine. I just wanted to let you know, like, you had the possibility, not like to feel forced to work individually, but if you want, it's up to you. So I don't know, Xiomara and Vanessa, if you made any decisions or you want to work on your groups like you were doing before. No changes?
No, teacher, yo le escribí a Vanessa, pero no me respondió. Creo que individual.
Ah, bueno.
No vi el mensaje.
Pues por mí no hay
Por
problema.
WhatsApp o por acá.
Por acá ayer le escribí, pero no me respondió.
Ok. Dale, hablamos por WhatsApp. Sí.
Well, yes. So we are like not worried, like, what is going to happen? Well, we will eventually know, of course. So guys, just how we have been doing it. I'm gonna create the 10 rooms, then you guys go to your respective room. Like, this is the organization that I have. I'm gonna give you like the first 5 minutes for you like to organize your ideas, and then I'm going to visit all of you. Remember, guys, that you have until Monday to upload the final version. If you consider that after tonight you have it, upload it tonight. If you wait until Monday, of course, there is no problem, because I will start having a look at them until Tuesday. Okay, I have to check that on Tuesday because I have to upload the grades like immediately and right away. So it's up to you when you upload it. Of course, talking about the gap of time from today until Monday. So anyway, if you have any questions, let me know when I visit your group. So officially, I'll create them. Choose your group and see you in 5 minutes. Okay, I have to share the screen. Okay. Okay, Valentina. Quedan informados sus compañeritos. Well, what is happening with all these participants that are sitting here? Bueno, aquí está André Felipe Hamilton, Catherine, Natalia, Sebastián Pavón. Bueno, Valentina ya me
Teacher.
contó su situación.
I haven't the invitation to singing in the room. I don't know why.
That's weird. Well, because you're supposed to go to room number 6.
Yes, with Jessica.
Well, in this case, you know, it's different from the other activities because actually you choose the group that you want to go to. Okay, let me send you because there is one group calling me, group number 6. And well, Valentina already said what the problem
Thank you,
was.
teacher. Bye.
Welcome. Bye. Valentina is in 5. Ya voy, ya voy. Muy bien. Hello, guys.
Hi, teacher. Profe, es que estaba revisando las correcciones de la vez pasada.
Sí.
Nosotros somos el grupo de tenis. Yo se le enviado un correo, por lo que en la presentación por internet, lo que pasa es que la primera diapositiva, como es una animación en un video, ese video no se reproduce por internet. Se me corrigió lo de los nombres, pero realmente están, pero toca descargar la diapositiva para verlos.
Ok.
Y
Bueno.
quería preguntar, su merced nos dice que agreguemos más aspectos de la historia. ¿Qué tanto, o sea, qué tanto profundizamos? Porque no quise como saturar tanto de texto.
Sí, sí, es verdad. De pronto, quizás 2, máximo 3 detalles más.
Ok, perfecto. O sea, como otra diapositiva también hablando de la historia.
Sí, y eso, colocarle máximo 3 cositas. Por lo que usted dice es cierto, tampoco la idea es llenar porque es algo que les he insistido bastante, pero que no sea tan demasiado resumida como con un parrafito, 3 detallitos más y listo. Ya nos hacemos como la complete picture de lo que tenis venía siendo sus inicios y comienzos.
Vale, perfecto. Y por último, agregamos de pronto las competencias, el Wimbledon y esas cosas.
Exacto, sí, eso ya viene siendo como lo nuevo para esta parte. Las más representativas, entonces me atrevo yo, pues los Grand Slams, ¿no? Que vienen siendo los que más se conocen, ¿no sé? Entonces tienen más información, pues súper chévere. Esa es la idea de esa parte.
Listo, profe, perfecto. Muchas gracias.
Listo, guys, see you. Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Hello, Karen and Maria. How are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm
Mhm.
fine, thank you.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, ladies. So, tell me.
Profe, para verificar la información, solo hoy se agregan a la diapositiva tres aspectos, el de el equipamiento, los eventos y los jugadores más importantes, ¿cierto?
Exacto, sí. Es eso.
Ok.
Listo.
Thank you, teacher.
Ok, ladies. Recuerden, así resumido como en la primera parte.
Ok,
Bye.
bye.
Pero está cargando. Ah, ya te voy a compartir.
Hello,
Hello,
Mara
teacher.
Vanessa. ¿Qué tal todo? Bueno, ¿cuál fue la decisión? ¿Con cuál se quedaron?
Eh, eh, estamos viendo, o sea, como los temas, ¿sí?
Ah, ok. Sí,
Sí.
claro. Eso les iba a decir como que miraran, compararan, con qué se sienten más cómodas y al
Ujú.
final del día el que escojan. ¿Listo?
Sí.
Ok,
Sí,
teacher.
¿verdad?
Perfecto.
Sí.
Y bueno, y la idea es que me envían, ya digamos con esto, obviamente, pues para que no hagan como dos presentaciones por separado, ¿no? Como que, listo, son las correcciones de este y es agregarle la información para que ya al final les quede toda una sola cosita, ¿listo?
Ok.
Ah, ok, teacher. Yes.
Listo, y bueno, y me cuentan, ¿no? And then let me know which sport you are going to talk about.
Yes, teacher.
Okay,
Yes, teacher.
ladies, bye.
Sí.
Bye.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, guys. Sergio André
Hello,
Felipe,
teacher.
how are you?
Hola, teacher.
¿Cómo va la información?
Bien, ahí estamos buscando
Ah, ok, listo.
con Andrés.
Perfecto. Recuerden, así como de alguna manera tomando tips de la parte 2, ¿no? Resumido, tampoco que sea solo una palabra, tampoco que sea todo lleno de imágenes, porque este va a ser su support, su ayuda visual para al final del A2.4. ¿Listo? Entonces, para mantener la misma línea.
Listo, profe, sí, señora.
Perfect, guys. Well, bye bye.
Vale, bye, teacher.
Hi,
Hello.
teacher.
How are you?
Good. Teacher, we almost finished.
Great.
Yes. We made the corrections that you sent us in the second revision.
Mhm.
Creo que son-
Mm. ¿Qué haces así la interrogación ahí? Okay. Mm. Open tournaments. Okay. Mm. Nice. You know, let's include also important tournaments here in Colombia, you know, like not only the international ones, but
okay.
we can include like those
Okay.
relevant in our country, just like to make it a little bit local as well. But with that,
Okay.
I think that it is pretty complete.
Okay.
Perfect, ladies. Good job.
Okay.
Ladies.
Thank
Bye. Thank you.
Pero yo no sé por qué me
Hello.
llegó la...
Hello,
Hi,
teacher.
Miss.
How are you? How's everything? Why are you complaining?
Yes, Miss.
What happened,
The
Catherine?
last time it was completely bad. Show and say and say us and tell us. Desde el principio, Jorge, please.
Okay. Which comments did I make? Do you remember?
Los comentarios eran... Ahora no los veo.
I don't remember either.
I don't remember at this moment.
Let me see if I don't. Okay. Sí, no tienen los ajustes. I'm gonna share the link with you so you can have a look at it.
Okay, Miss.
Jorge, propietario, copiar enlace, bla, bla, bla. I mean, you will notice that it's just like a couple of things, you know, it's a very, just like to polish what you have created, but those are like mini things. Could you please open the link to see if actually you have access to the version with the corrections?
Okay.
I send the link here to the chat.
Ya.
Ya está bye.
Entonces es quitar is.
No, espera que cargue.
Are.
No, cuando es resaltado es porque hay que colocarlo. Cuando está tachado sí es quitar.
Ah, ok. Cuando tachas es quitar.
Y cuando es la
Okay.
palabrita resaltada es incluir.
Ah, ok, Miss.
Yeah.
Bueno, solo 1, 2 y 3. Tenemos que quitar 1, 2, 3.
La siguiente también.
En la siguiente.
Mira, instead of match play. But as I was telling you, it's like a very short thing. I don't remember if well, probably when you looked at the whole presentation, you will see if there are more comments, but it was those things. Let me see if in the last one I assigned. No, I said good job, and that was all. So make sure to make those mini adjustments. Let's see. And from the new information, do you have something to share?
Especial.
Miss, en este mismo link podemos ver en el otro.
¿Me repites?
O sea, para ver la otra que dice good job, pero no le veo las correcciones.
No.
¿Solo esas?
Sí, solo eso, ¿no? O sea, las correcciones las hacía
Ok.
sobre información, por eso
Sobre las
decía que eran
diapositivas.
cositas, que eran como cosas muy pequeñas, muy al punto. Entonces, no era tanto tampoco, pero sí, pues para pulir, ¿no?
Sí, señora.
Ok.
Bueno, ahí le agregamos special equipment.
Equipment.
Ujú.
Eso es.
Luego viene, sí, la siguiente. An important tournaments.
Ujú, ok.
Los equipos. Miss, en esta de los equipos o los ponemos algunos nombres, o sea, agrandamos de pronto estas un poquito más, o
Mm,
solo
yo diría esa como la, digamos, la presentación de lo que es hablar de important teams. ¿Listo?
Ajá.
Me imagino yo que quizás hay equipos así súper representativos en hockey, así como digamos en Europa están para equipos españoles, en Inglaterra para equipos ingleses, entonces muy
Sí, sí.
probablemente hay como los pesados. Y al
Ajá.
mismo tiempo, entonces por ahí me atrevo a decir que como pues es un más fuerte en lo que es Norteamérica, en mi
Ujú.
ignorancia,
No,
de
y sobre
pronto
todo,
en
sí,
Canadá,
Toronto.
¿cierto? Eso.
Ajá.
Canadá.
Ujú. Entonces, quizás un equipo de Estados Unidos y los rivales, me atrevo a decir que hay dos rivales en Canadá. Y también,
Ujú.
como en este caso, estamos hablando de Team Sports, también escojan dos, digamos,
Equipos.
jugadores. No, en los
Ah,
equipos
dos
ya,
jugadores.
dos jugadores, lo mismo, así como en fútbol acá tenemos a Ronaldo y a Messi, pues tiene que haber dos jugadores que son las estrellas del hockey.
De los mismos equipos escogen.
No solo pegar lo que ya había, es que eso está en el documento, entonces solo pasarlo
Ujú,
ahí. En el
exacto.
documento, ahí abajito, ahí está, mire, por ejemplo, en ranking de los mejores jugadores, que son Gordie Howe, y los primeros son, y los de el
Wayne
team,
Gretzky es muy conocido.
entonces Montreal Canadiens, and Toronto Maple Leafs, and Detroit
Maple
Red
Leafs.
Wings.
Ujú, ok.
Esos son los más importantes. Eso lo podemos copiar y pegar, ¿cierto? Porque pues nosotros pusimos los 5 principales como de todo. O
Hmm,
sea, lo más
entonces,
importante de todo.
exacto.
Entonces, eso podemos pegarlo, los 5 y los 5.
Pues yo me atrevería a decir, digamos, 3 y 3 para que sí sea decir un poquito
Sí.
más. Entonces, digamos, Montreal Canadiens es el equipo de hockey de Montreal, el técnico
Ajá,
es tal y el jugador es tal. Pum.
ajá.
De tal manera que
Sí.
cuentan un poquito más y no solo el nombre de cada uno de ellos. Y ya cuando hablan de los jugadores, entonces lo mismo. Gordie Howe, que está en los Detroit Red Wings, de pronto alguna estadística, así como lo mismo, este futbolista ha marcado X cantidad de goles y ha ganado tales premios. Muy al punto, porque pues no, tampoco es la biografía del deportista. Entonces es
Ok,
eso, como
como lo más importante que ha hecho el deportista.
ujú, tal cual, algo muy sencillo porque recuerden que eventualmente esa es la información que ustedes van a compartir y la idea no es leerlo, sino algo muy rápido, sencillo y pues que sea interesante acerca de la persona.
Ok, entonces sí, los tres
Ujú,
primeros.
eso, perfecto.
Ujú.
Volvamos a la presentación. Siguen. Ok, Ice Hockey Positions. Ese de pronto iría con las reglas, de pronto, como por el orden de la presentación.
Sí, arriba, la podemos subir a la parte
Sí,
de acá arriba.
sí,
Ahí donde está debajo, es ahí.
eso.
Aquí entre estas dos.
Ujú, sí, como que para que mantenga como el alignment. Y bueno, no sé qué
Y
más
la,
quieran
y la,
agregar.
ul- y la última pusimos en eso que era como
Los
otras
beneficios
cosas.
para la salud.
Ajá.
Exacto. Ah, bueno, súper bien.
Y también tenemos, digamos que en el documento, pues los beneficios, también pusimos 5 beneficios.
Ah,
Y ya,
bueno,
bueno,
están
4.
sencillos.
Ujú.
Sí, corticos al punto.
Y
Ah,
para
bueno.
no extendernos tampoco tanto.
¿Cuánto daría el tiempo de la presentación, profe?
No, Jorge, todavía no le puedo
Ya
decir.
al día.
Sí,
Ah, ok.
estaremos. No, pues yo creo que la otra semana realmente les cuento ya desde el inicio cómo van a ser los parámetros para esa presentación final.
Ujú. Ok, Miss.
Listo, guys,
Sí,
very
sale.
good.
¿Y hasta cuándo podemos enviar esto?
El lunes medianoche.
Solo una
Ah,
medianoche.
bueno, entonces solo es como complementar con algunas cositas y ya.
Exacto, sí. Esa es muy
Ok,
trabajo.
Miss.
Great, guys. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Bye.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you. Valentina, pensé que la había enviado a su sala. Yo voy de paso. Ah, yo creo que sí. Bueno. Bye. Guys,
Hi, teacher.
how's everything? Hi, Beatriz.
Teacher, we are planning
Mhm.
of the next, how do you say entrega?
Delivery.
Delivery?
Yeah, delivery. And our idea is include in the presentation a lot of images. Beatriz, ¿puede de pronto proyectar el Canvas?
Okay. And then I did the correction, teacher.
Mhm. Yeah, the corrections.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And continue the
Continue.
presentation.
Okay, looks really nice.
Yes, Miss. And I thought about the working, their experience. Then I say with him that this course is very, very, very hard,
Yes.
but I had not the progress because in my job I can't to write how do you say
More plenty?
mejor, better,
Better.
pero ¿cómo se dice
Better?
esto?
Más
Naturalmente.
mejor.
Sí, o sea, al natural, sin necesidad, without you, the use translate, the Google
Okay,
Translate.
okay, without the use of translator. Like we can say also like you are like more confident when writing, when speaking. Also, probably that's also the point. Yeah, because if you now write something or when you have to, let's say anything and you don't really require now the help of a translator as much as you used to be, now you feel more confident. That's great. Yeah, this course is really demanding, guys. Actually, I really admire how you can log in and stay there 4 hours. Because actually it is 4 hours, you know? It is not like, okay, 1 hour and then we don't do anything. We're working all the time. So it's hard.
Yes,
I actually admire your work and your time. Well, any information maybe that you want me to check before you put it in the presentation or? Well, the moment it looks really nice.
No, for this moment, no, teacher. I seguir. How do you say seguir?
I continue.
I continue.
Continue.
Continue the do presentation. I think they put every image, but I practice for the finished presentation, but I have estamos proyectándonos ya para la parte final, ¿sí? O sea, no solamente esto, sino ya la parte final.
You were doing great, yeah. Like you are already like projecting yourselves for the future, and it's a good idea. Of course, for the moment, I can't tell you any parameter. Next week, next Friday, when we begin our cycle 4, we will know how we're going to evaluate the project. But yeah, it's good like to start projecting how it will be done. Well, guys, I don't interrupt you anymore. I still have 2 groups to visit. Keep on working. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Okay, teacher.
Bye. Good evening, guys. How are you, Kiara and Sebastian?
Hi, teacher.
How's
Hi,
everything?
teacher.
Hello. So tell me, Tejo team.
Teacher, I'm sorry.
No. ¿Cómo que sorry? What happened?
Teacher, no, le vamos a ser sinceros.
No espero menos.
La verdad no hemos avanzado pues casi en nada en el proyecto, porque
La
pues podríamos,
decepción.
en mi caso, pues yo estoy en final de semestre con la UIS y pues he estado muy ocupado. Pero, profe, usted sabe que nosotros pues, nunca la defraudamos. Pues, usted ha visto que los proyectos anteriores pues han estado bien y
¿Cierto?
la verdad esto, o sea, sí, obviamente sí vamos a entregarlo, pero pues en este momento no tenemos así mucho. Pero pues ya nos toca el fin de semana meter la fecha.
Yes, esa es la cosa, que bueno. Pues igual ahí están los tiempos, me atrevo a decir que yo sé que todo el mundo está ocupado, pero menos mal no era para hoy. Toca robarles un poquito el tiempo el fin de semana. Sí, realmente no lo dudo. De pronto quizás lo único es váyanse proyectando para cuando vayamos a presentar en el ciclo 4. Obviamente ahorita no les puedo dar parámetros porque literalmente no los tengo, dependiendo los grupos y obviamente cuando me reúna con Laura, Daniela, Laura Juliana, perdón, también nos pondremos de acuerdo en algunas cosas. Pero bueno, guys, no les quito tiempo porque obviamente estarán buscando aún. Igual espero que siga tan bonita como las otras 2 presentaciones, o bueno, los otros 2 avances más bien.
Yes, teacher. No, ya, e incluso estamos manteniendo como la misma aspecto visual y eso, entonces.
Ujú. Ok,
eh,
nice.
ok,
Súper
teacher.
bonito. Okay, guys, continue working. See you on Monday.
Bye, teacher.
Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Hamilton, Mandy, how are you?
Hi, teacher.
How's everything?
Hi, teacher. We are working in the project, teacher,
Okay.
in Canva.
Very good. Any aspect, like something that you want to ask, something new that you want to present or share, or
Teacher, I have a question about the project. For
okay.
example, in the button, there are special equipment, yes?
Equipment.
But, thank you. But I can use, for example, the equipment to the fight and the equipment to the training or for the fight.
Yeah, actually you can start like with a kind of classification, like equipment for fight, da. And then, oh no, first equipment for training, that would be like before the fight, right? And then equipment for the fights, both of them, but first training and then fight.
Yes.
That's a good idea. Yeah, sorry, I interrupted you.
No, teacher, thank you.
Okay, very good. Something else, guys?
No, teacher, I don't have question.
Okay, well, I guess that would be it. Well, Mayra, Alejandra, sorry, already let us know her situation. So in her case, like, no problem. I really hope. Well,
Okay.
guys, like in 1 minute, I wanna like call you back to the room to, let's say, officially finish the session, okay?
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Thank you. Well, guys, welcome back. Was just basically like to wrap up the session, to finish it. Keep in mind the comments. All of you are doing a great job, and well, don't forget to upload it. Deadline Monday midnight. Guys, see you on Monday. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Take care, everybody.